Welcome back to DX Radio Shop. Good morning. Here's our morning, daily morning rag chew. How is everybody today? Morning, Chavez, Chavez, Steve, and Bootlegger. Good morning to you guys. How are you? So we have a trucking company who stopped by late yesterday. They notified me a while ago, about a month ago, and so I was wondering when they were going to stop by, and they did. And boy, oh boy, it's a big trucking company, and we have here 25 Cobra 20. Excuse me. Cobra 29 radios. We have 25 of the Cobra 29 radios. They dropped off for me to repair. A lot of these trucking companies, what they'll do when they provide a lot of this stuff for the drivers. And so, unless drivers have your own radio, they desire, but otherwise the company takes care of all of that. So, what happens is when one goes bad, they just put it in the office, stack a pile up till they can find a shop, which they found me, I said, about a month ago, and a little over a month ago. So, they wanted to get out this way. They came late yesterday afternoon and brought a whole pile of Cobra 29s. So, yeah, fun times. So that will be a very long video. We're going to break it up though. So we're going to go probably do like maybe 3 or 4 and move on to something different, and then same thing and whatnot. Probably do something along those lines, maybe 2 or 3 per video or something, whatever. Because I don't want to. I don't want to post 25 videos of just Cobra 29s. God, holy moly. So we're going to break it up in between. So we'll have a couple of them, a few at a time in one video, and then we'll move on to a different customer's radio, something that's not a 29, and then we'll go back and repeat the same thing. So we'll kind of do it that way. So it's easier on the search engine as well. When somebody types in Cobra 29 repair or radio shop, they won't see a million of them all back to back to back to back to back. So yeah. So yippers, and he's got to have these done by the end of April. So we'll see what's all going on with those. I haven't tested any of them, so I don't even know what they are doing, not doing. I could have a variety of light bulbs, stock meters, finals, who the hell knows? I don't even know. It could be a lot of these. Well, they've been sitting around for a while, so I'm sure the controls are probably seized right up. So I have no idea. But yeah, we have a huge order with that company. And he said he's got a pile more in his sister warehouse in Ohio. So when he's done, or when I'm done rather, with that, then he's going to grab those ones, and he said he's got a lot more. I said, well, what do you mean, like a lot more? About the same amount? He says, no. He said, we got a whole big case full. I was like, how many? He said, I don't know. There's probably close to about 40, 50 of them between the Cobra 29s. He's got PC 76s, 78s. He's got the LX models. He has a couple of Galaxy 33s and 44s mixed in there that he got way back early 2000. But he says 99% of these are all going to be Cobra radios. It's okay. He says you're going to see a bunch of LXs with the digital displays. So the LX, okay, whatever. But most of those, he said the problem with those is very faint on the display. I said, well, I could take a look at them, but more than likely they're not going to be fixable, because by the time you order another display, you might just buy yourself another radio. Those LXs don't last. So I don't think he's going to Well, he said if the worst case scenario, he's just going to junk them. He'll just set them here for parts, and that'll be fine. But otherwise, we're not looking to fix those ones because the displays never last. I can fix it for him, but for what the cost is going to be on those, you can buy a brand new radio. So he understands that. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. So he says he's got like maybe 40, 50 of these damn things, and his sister company in Ohio. So how many companies you guys? Just the two. One here in New York, and then up by the city, and then he goes this one right here in Ohio. So okay, cool. So I said, well, let's get through this batch, and then we'll work on the next one. He says, yeah, that one there you can take your time with. I got a variety of these. I'm going to kind of disperse out between the two places, but he's also going to place, when I get done with this order, he wants to place an order with me. He wants to order 10 brand new ones, just the regular LTD Classics. So we're going to order those. When we get done with this order, we'll order those for him, get them all aligned and tuned. That was all part of the deal. So he'll have those as well. But yeah, we got 25 Cobra 29s that we'll be working on. So, and that's got to get done by the end of March. April. By the end of April. So he's got to have them done. He says, if you can get these done either before or no later than the end of April, then I'll gladly take and have you do this order. I said, absolutely. He said, otherwise I'm just going to take and I'll have to find somebody else. I said, no. How you doing, Jeremy? Good morning. I said, nope. I said, you can leave them right here. I guarantee I'll have these done in probably 2 weeks or less. He says, really? I said, oh, yeah, they're basic radio. So he says, I don't know what we're going to run into, how many we're going to be able to fix, but most of the time, mostly I can probably pretty much fix them all. He said, okay, cool. So he left them here, and yeah, I got a whole pile full. He asked me if I had any parts. It says parts. What kind of parts do you think I don't have? I got bins full of these things downstairs. He says, really? Oh, yeah. So he was very happy to see that I had everything I needed here on hand. If I got to order anything, it'd be very rare. Slim to none. So he was very pleased to see that he's got the right shop to do the right job for him. So I'm happy. That's a huge order. So yeah, it's going to set me back a little bit as far as the rest of the work I got going on, but I'm going to mix them in between so that way we don't fall behind with everybody else's stuff. But that's about the only announcement I have for my morning rag chew is a big order of Cobra 29s I got to work on. Fun in the sun, I tell you what. There's supposed to be another trucking company getting in touch with me soon, but I think he only had like 7 or 8 the Cobra 29s. So a lot of these companies are just going to Cobra 29s unless drivers want to put their own stuff in. Otherwise, they go with just the basic Cobra 29 because that way if the customers screw up and they fry it, then they aren't out that much money. So last thing you want to do is put a $400 or $500 radio inside of a truck, and then your driver goes over here and screws it all up with the highest SWR, or overdrives it, or does something stupid with an amplifier and it feeds back through. Then kind of like an ouchie type thing. So they tend to stay away from the expensive stuff and kind of keep it reasonable. So, but he definitely picked the right shop for the job because I can definitely get those all squared away for him. So today I got a Saturn Turbo I have to look at first. Got to get back on that. See if I can get her up and going for Greg. And then go back to his 2970. Trying to figure it out. And then we'll move on to these 29s. I do have a Road King radio I got to get done as well. So I got just too much to do. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes. In fact, I got a guy with a case. Not even a box, it's a case. The damn thing's like 3 foot square was dropped off here yesterday, and he's got a bunch of radios inside of there. Cobra 29s, 25s. So, yippers. Anything else going on today? You're pretty much not at, besides just here in the shop. So if anybody got anything they want to talk about or ask questions, feel free to do so. Right choose open for anybody who wants to participate in the conversation or bring something up. What ones are your favorite radios? Well, very good question. Good morning, Leadfoot. How are you? My favorite radio. Wow. That's a tough one. If we're talking CB or something along those lines, I would say a Cobra 142 GTL is my number one. If we're talking along those lines, if we're talking just AM only, the John Q, the Teddy R, any one of those radios would be great. If we're talking sideband mobile, the Unit Grand XL. Now we're talking anything to do with 10, 11 meters, like a 10 meter radio, the Emperor 5010 would be my go-to for that, which I use here in the shop. I use that daily. Now, or the original President Lincoln that looks like the HR 2510. Those would be my go-to. Now, if we're talking HF equipment, then it would be my Yaesu 991A, my Yaesu 1200, my Yaesu 920, my Kenwood 940, my Yaesu 840, and my ICOM 7300. All of those are my go-to. I have a Kenwood 590. I also have a pair of the ICOM 746 Pros, one of which is brand spanking new. That's never been, well, it's only been used a short time by my son, but he doesn't want to go for his general class. He's only technician license. So I brought it out here to put on my shelf so he doesn't bury things around it on his desk as he started to do. And that's a no-no. So I decided to bring it out here where I know it's safe, and it's sitting up here beside the rest of all my equipment. That one's not connected; it's just sitting out here for display. But that one is brand spanking new. The guy who bought that one, that was from an estate up in Hannibal a few years back, and he had bought this along with the Yaesu 857D, several Ameritron amplifiers. Some of those were new, some were used. He had new tuners, used tuners, all kinds of stuff. I bought the whole estate out, and the ICOM 746 Pro, I gave that to my son when he got his technician license. So now you gotta go for your general class. You got what you need right here because it covers VHF, 6 meters, and HF. Well, he ain't gone for his general class yet, so if he ever will, I doubt it. I'm trying to get him to do that, but I don't think he will. So for those reasons, he kind of has different interests, which is fine. That's cool. He's into other things. So I'm not going to force him onto us. I just brought it out here. But that one, the guy bought brand new, never even had the chance to take it out of the box. He bought a lot of things brand new, and he had a whole ton of stuff of used equipment. And when he bought all the brand new stuff way back, that was like one of the last models that they made. And he didn't get the chance to even open the box. When they got delivered to his door, he was in the hospital, then turned into hospice, and the poor guy ended up passing away. And the stuff just sat up in a loft for several years, and the receipt and all that was right there attached to the box, and I ended up with it. So I mean, the ICOM 746 Pros are really good radios. I got a pair of those. One I use all the time, and one that's only got maybe like an hour or two on it. So Yeah. Chainsaw, how have you been? Have you seen around? Good morning. Hey, Kevin. Oh, my God. Kevin McHugh, I got to ask you. I saw that picture this morning on Zello. Is that something that was kind of a goofy prank, or is it something that you're actually going to try to do and see how far you get out? With your Baofeng, what'd you have, 4 or 5 antennas all teed together? Goodness gracious. Looked like a multi-field goal post on your radio. Leadfoot says Kraco. Kraco was very close to the GE models, really. Same boards, yeah. Regency. Wow. Now that goes back. So the Regency, what was that? That's a Regency, is it a 123? What was the model number? Oh, I can't think of it. It's a 23 channel AM bass. Those were really good basses. My sister had one years ago. And she had that set up in her bedroom with a small antenna attached out the window. And I had a small radio in my bedroom with my antenna out the window. And then we had the big base station and all that downstairs when we were kids. And we would talk back and forth on the little telescopic whip antenna we had sitting out the window attached to our little base station. So, yeah, those Regencies were really nice radios. Yep, they were. I just did one here not long ago for a guy. Range gain. Yeah.
Regency 142 core base.
Yeah, the 142 GTLs I do love. I had a 142 GTL here in the box. It's got a little chip on the front right corner of the molding strip, but I have one here that's in the box. Already tuned the line and put back in the box. So what's your favorite radio, Jeremy? Everybody, yes. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Leadfoot. Yeah, I'm thinking 142 Cobra. Yeah, the Regency 142. Yes, I remember that one now. Yep. Yeah, those are really nice radios. So, yep. Everybody drop your comments below. Put down what's your favorite radio. Good morning, Bionic. I didn't see you sneak in here. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, everyone put your in your comments down below. Everybody put down your favorite CB base radio, your favorite CB mobile radio, and if you're into HF at all, or VHF, whichever, put in your favorite your favorite excuse me, HF rig. So let's see what everybody has. Put them in a list. Start with your CB base. What is your favorite CB base? Actually, let's do it like this. Drop in the comments below what your very first radio was that got you in the hobby, and then what is your favorite base station, and what is your favorite CB mobile. That's all the CB side of things, right? And then as far as your HF, same thing. What was your very first HF radio, or ham radio in general, and then what is your go-to HF radio? Kevin says he likes his Cobra 2K. There you go. Sim, hello. Good morning to you. How are you? And so everybody put down your what was your very first radio that got you in the hobby, and then put down what is your What is your favorite CB base, your CB mobile, your HF equipment, etc.? Let me see what you guys have here. Wow, James. That goes back a couple of days. TRC 47. I remember those. Wow. See, this is the difference from a lot of shops that you see today. See, they don't know any of this stuff because it's way back before their time. So when they get into the hobby, like now, within like the last less than 10 years, they have no idea anything about those stuff. They just look at it. All they know is Galaxy Connex, Cobra, Ranger, Strikers. That's all they know, all the new stuff. They have no idea. If they can learn the old stuff, it would help improve what they fix on the new stuff. It really would. Royce 621, I remember those. Cobra 2000, yep, okay. I know you love that Icon 7300, Kevin. I know you love that thing. Speaking of Cobra 2000s, I've got 2 of those here I have to restore for customers as well. Let's see what else we got going on here. Sim, what does Sim say? His first radio was a handheld CB from Radio Shack. I remember those. In fact, my father took me a ride on his motorcycle years ago when the Fair Lakes Mall was hopping and we had a Radio Shack. We went over to Radio Shack because they asked me, says, they got this walkie-talkie I really want. They had a 1-channel and a 3-channel. And I went over and I bought those. One was $10 and one I think was like maybe 15 or something, maybe 20. And I bought those with my my paper route money way back when I was a kid. So I remember those, yes. The Cobra 29 Classics, yep, okay. Very popular common radio still to this day. They've been around forever. And the Madisons were very good radios. The old ones, with the analog clock and the digital version. My God, those were great radios, especially if you got 2 matching speakers with them. Excellent radios for sure. Yeah, 2980, okay. T-Berry, I was waiting for someone to say that. T-Berry, yeah, Siltronics. Okay, yep, FT101 with the VFO, okay, yeah. The Ranger Longhorn, a 2K Cobra, okay. J.C. Penney's, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember the J.C. Penney's, very close to the high gains. Yeah. Let's see. You're going to try to... What did you say you're going to do? You're fixing to unhook your 7300 or unlock? It's already unlocked. What do you mean unhook? What are you going to unhook your 7300 for, Kevin? And then Paul, good morning. Steve, good morning. Johnson Messenger 123 Alpha. Holy goodness gracious. I remember those. A lot of those Johnson Messengers also had like the slanted back. Those were really great radios. Washington, the Emperor 5010, yep. Flex 8400 for HF, okay, yeah. The original Grant. I love, yes, the old Grant, not the XL, but the old. They had 2 different versions. Actually, they had, let me rephrase that. They had 4 different versions. You've got your President Grant with the 858, but you also had a President Grant with an 8719, and then you had the Grant XL with an 8719, and then of course the Grant LT, LTW with the 8719 as well. They've made several versions of those, but yes, I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah. Sears. Yeah, oh yeah, J.C. Penney's. You buy those at the Sears, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Good morning, M. Williams. How are you? Oh, lightning and possible tornado weather? Yeah, you want to disconnect your stuff for sure, yeah. Yep, the 4-button with the 8719. I remember those Grants. Yep, those are really nice. Yep. You got your Honest Abes. All those series with the 858s were very good radios. Excellent radios. Hell, I still have some of the realistic radios here that are brand spanking new in the box. I got a brand new Royce in the box yet, just a 40 channel AMer. But oh, you guys got a lot of good choices, a lot of good radios that I haven't heard and seen in years. But some of those I still have seen. I bet you, see, there's one thing I haven't seen on here that you guys haven't said yet. I'm surprised, which is a very good, powerful, loud audio radio. Not wattage wise. You only got about maybe 8 or 12 watts. But as far as the audio goes, the audio with the D104 Lollipop desk mic, it's just a phenomenal. And I really wish I still had my little 75 watt tube amplifier, because that damn thing was just a beautiful thing with this radio. Nobody has mentioned that radio yet. You guys are getting close, but you haven't gone back far enough yet. As far as our close you guys got, they mentioned, Leadfoot mentioned the Regency. Who thinks about the old Trinidad? Who remembers the old Trinidad with the brown cabinet? You guys remember those Trinidad? They had the 23 and the 40 channel. I got some of those Trinidads still sitting downstairs today. Of course, I do love my DAC 9s too, and my Realistic 495. Yep. I had one of those brand new from Radio Shack for Christmas years ago. The Johnson Viking. Oh, yeah. The Messenger 250. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Sears Road Talk. I got a bunch of Sears Road Talkers down here. Yep. Anybody who wants some Sears Road Talkers, I make a hell of a deal. I got a bunch of those here. But all right, guys. Anyways, it's 7:30. I got to mosey on. I got a lot to do. So we got to get on to a Saturn Turbo today, a 2970 today, a Cobra 19 Plus today, a Royce radio, and what was the other one he's got here? What is that? A Radio Shack 431. TRC 431 Navajo base. So I got a lot to do today. Let's see what I can accomplish. Till then, enjoy your day, and I will see you guys soon here at the DX Radio Shop. Like, share, subscribe, give me that thumbs up. Everyone enjoy your day. Thanks for the morning rag chew. Same time tomorrow, 7 o'clock. And we will see you all here shortly this afternoon. Well, not this afternoon, but this morning. We'll be back on here shortly. So about 8 o'clock, start watching for videos. We'll be jumping on here very quickly. As long as nothing changes, I don't get interrupted with phone calls and everything else, which I usually do. So, but we'll see what happens. Till then, everyone enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you soon here at the DX Radio Shop.